Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons Vecna, Eve of Ruin, and I want to talk about Chapter 7, and I want to talk about a very serious problem in Chapter 7. All right, so let's get into Chapter 7 and the problem that exists in Chapter 7. All right, so Chapter 7 specifically is Tomb of Wayward Souls. So we're on O-Earth. We're on the Island of Serpents, and this is on the Greyhawk set. This in the Greyhawk setting. O-Earth is the setting of Gary Gygax, and it features the villain Acerak. Okay, and all this is in the Greyhawk setting. Now, the minute they brought the Greyhawk setting into Dungeons & Dragons 5th era, when they introduced it into the 2014 era of Dungeons & Dragons, I knew we had a problem. I knew we had a problem. Why? Well, here's the problem with, there is a very, very, very serious problem with Greyhawk. It is completely duplicative of Forgotten Realms, and there is really nothing distinct from it, right? Dragonlance is shockingly distinct from Forgotten Realms. Spelljammer is distinct from Forgotten Realms. Ravenloft is distinct. But get this, Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms are exactly the same. There are no useful differences. Okay, let's get into it. Greyhawk, human dwarf elf. Forgotten Realm, human dwarf elf, right? Forgotten Realms, evil archlich with a gem in his eye. His name is Vecna. O-Earth, evil archlich with a Simulacrum who has a gem in his eye. What's his name? Acerak. Who cares? It's the same character. Why do we need Acerak if we have Vecna, right? And frankly, we do not need Acerak because we have Vecna. Well, why do we need Vecna but we don't need Acerak? People know who Vecna is. Nobody knows who Acerak is, right? That's the problem, right? Whereas millions of people know who Vecna is thanks to Stranger Things, right? And that's why we have Vecna, Eve of Ruin. We don't have Acerak's mourning of, distraught, right? Like, it's not a thing, right? So this is extremely duplicative, and I will tell you right now, this chapter is the worst chapter in all of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. Oh, hey, there's this island. On the island, there's some dungeons. In the dungeons, there's some treasure. Go get it. Are you kidding me? Like, that's the kind of tired, like, 1980s, like, ridiculous, flat quest that a junior high person would have written. Whoever wrote this, right, wrote Chapter 7, in my opinion, and I don't think it was Amanda Heyman. She wrote Strixhaven. That thing was a banger, right? But whoever was given Chapter 7, they should never be allowed to touch another D&D canon canon hardback, in my humble opinion. Shuffle them off, get them some work, shuffle them off and say, hey, go find work in the OSR, go find work in the indie. They take that kind of tired stuff and use it. We ain't doing that here, right? Like, it was really bad. So I'm really concerned about this. I know why they're doing this. They want to honor Gary by not letting Greyhawk die. I thought Ghosts of Saltmarsh was pretty good. That's the only thing I've really liked that has been put into Greyhawk. But the reality is, I don't think we need Greyhawk. Everything accomplished in Greyhawk can be accomplished in Forgotten Realms. And this was something we learned in the 90s. If you have duplicative settings, you better get ready to one or the other. They did it to Mystara. They did it to Blackmoor. Completely duplicative. Nobody needed either one of them. We got rid of them, right? And at this point, I just don't think we need Greyhawk. Everything we're doing there can be accomplished in Forgotten Realms. It's not distinct enough to keep. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.